Jeremy Boring, co-founder of the Daily Wire, recently announced the launch of a new company called Bent Key, which focuses on children's entertainment. The decision to create Bent Key was made in response to the perceived politicization of children's content by major entertainment companies like Disney. Boring and his team at the Daily Wire believe that children deserve a childhood and that their entertainment should be free from political agendas. Bent Key aims to provide children with high-quality, entertaining content that aligns with the values of parents who appreciate the work of the Daily Wire. The company has launched an app featuring 4 original shows and 18 licensed shows that have been carefully vetted to ensure they do not betray the values of their target audience. The goal is to create content that captures the imagination, wonder, and joy of childhood, while also promoting traditional values and avoiding the woke politics that have infiltrated children's entertainment. Boring acknowledges that while the launch of Bent Key is a political action in response to the excesses of the left, the content itself is not intended to communicate politics. Instead, the focus is on providing children with content that reflects the values on which civilization has been built, wrapped in a sense of imagination and wonder. Boring believes that children should be allowed to be kids and that their entertainment should not be used as a means to experiment with woke ideologies or political agendas. The discussion then delves into the distinction between the political and the eternal in storytelling. Boring and the Daily Wire team believe that great stories transcend the political and tap into something deeper and more timeless. They aim to create content that reflects this belief and resonates with audiences beyond the immediate political moment. Boring mentions the upcoming live-action Snow White movie as an example of a timeless fairy tale that captures the imagination and brings something eternal down to earth. Boring acknowledges that his own political beliefs may influence the content created by Bent Key, but he believes that the diverse range of opinions at the Daily Wire helps to mitigate this. The founders of the Daily Wire come from different religious backgrounds and have fundamental disagreements on important questions. This diversity of thought allows them to challenge each other and create content that transcends their individual politics. Boring also emphasizes the importance of self-doubt and the need to protect people from one's own worst impulses. The success of Bent Key's programming is still being evaluated, as the app has only been live for 24 hours at the time of the discussion. However, initial feedback has been positive, with audiences responding well to the content. Boring mentions specific shows like A Wonderful Day with Mabel Emley and Chip Chilla as examples of high-quality content that resonates with children. He acknowledges that there will be hits and misses along the way, but the team is committed to learning from their mistakes and improving as they go. The discussion also touches on the unique blend of conservatism and interest in creative production at the Daily Wire. Boring acknowledges that this combination is somewhat unusual, but he believes that it is a result of the changing political landscape and the diverse range of opinions within the conservative movement. He also credits his upbringing in a rural town in West Texas, where he developed an appreciation for storytelling and entertainment. Boring's ability to manage Bent Key and make judgments about content comes from his experience and passion for storytelling. He has been involved in various creative projects, including documentaries and the upcoming Pendragon cycle in Europe. While he acknowledges that he is not a perfect judge of content, he is committed to the mission of Bent Key and believes in the importance of reclaiming culture through high-quality, values-aligned entertainment. Boring initially wanted to be an actor and moved to California to pursue his dream. However, he soon realized that he didn't have what it took to be a successful actor. This realization led him to discover his talent as a producer, someone who creates something out of nothing. He learned that his acting experiences were more aligned with the role of a producer, as he was always concerned with creating an aesthetic experience for the audience. After facing failures and setbacks, Boring came to the understanding that he needed to let go of his initial dreams and adapt to the opportunities that presented themselves. He emphasizes the importance of failure in his journey and how it has shaped his success. Boring believes that failures are instrumental in personal growth and that future failures will continue to shape his path. Boring also discusses the unique position of the Daily Wire in the media landscape. He explains that the founders of the Daily Wire, including Ben Shapiro and Andrew Klavan, came from a background of entertainment industry professionals who realized the need to reclaim the culture from the left. They understood the power of narrative and storytelling in shaping people's beliefs and wanted to provide an alternative to the dominant left-leaning media. The Daily Wire aims to lead its audience rather than pander to them. Boring explains that they don't give their audience exactly what they think they want, but rather what they actually need. They believe in representing their audience while also challenging and leading them towards a broader vision. Boring gives the example of Christian movies, stating that people may think they want Christian movies, but what they actually want is meaningful and entertaining content that aligns with their values. Boring also discusses the power of narrative and how it shapes our perception of the world. He believes that narrative is an active force in the world and that it impacts our lives in profound ways. He shares his personal belief in God, which was shaped by the redemptive story of Christ. Boring emphasizes the importance of narrative and aesthetic in engaging with culture and believes that conservatives need to reclaim this ground. The conversation then shifts to the reconciliation of traditional Christian beliefs with the entertainment industry. Boring acknowledges the moral quandary that exists in Hollywood, but also highlights the power of narrative in shaping beliefs. He shares his own experience of coming to believe in God through the story of God, rather than through institutional religion. Boring believes that narrative is a powerful tool for engaging with culture and that conservatives need to embrace it. The podcast continues with a discussion on the importance of choice and responsibility in the Judeo-Christian tradition. Boring highlights the significance of free choice and the moral domain in the biblical narrative. He emphasizes that true choice and responsibility are integral to the Judeo-Christian worldview and that they should not be subordinated to the notion of power. Boring continues by sharing his journey from working in the entertainment industry to co-founding the Daily Wire. He explains that he became disillusioned with the liberal bias in Hollywood and wanted to create a platform that provided conservative perspectives. He also discusses the importance of storytelling and how it can shape culture and influence people's beliefs. Peterson and Boring then delve into the challenges of building a media empire. Boring explains that the Daily Wire started as a small operation with only a few employees, but has since grown significantly. He discusses the difficulties of attracting talent and funding, especially in an industry dominated by liberal voices. Boring also emphasizes the importance of maintaining creative freedom and integrity in the face of pressure from the woke mob. Peterson and Boring also discuss the concept of risk and how it relates to the Daily Wire's success. Boring explains that the company's adversarial position in the media landscape has actually been beneficial, as it has forced them to constantly challenge themselves and strive for excellence. He also shares his belief that the worst attacks can often lead to the greatest opportunities. Towards the end of the podcast, Boring talks about the influence of storytelling on his worldview. He mentions the impact of movies like Braveheart and the Pendragon series by Stephen Lawhead, which depict characters who face adversity and struggle to achieve their goals. Boring emphasizes the importance of humility and a sense of responsibility in navigating life's challenges. The podcast concludes with a discussion of Boring's current project in Europe, where he is working on a series based on the Pendragon books. He reflects on the difficulties and personal toll of the project, but also expresses gratitude for the opportunity to pursue his dreams. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.